Dawn breaks over the Serengeti, painting the grasslands in hues of amber and gold. The first light catches the silhouette of a magnificent creature, a lion, her powerful form etched against the awakening sky. Her amber eyes, keen and calculating, scan the horizon with practiced precision. Each breath she takes is measured, deliberate. This is Panthera leo in her element, the unchallenged ruler of Africa's savanna. Watch how she moves, each muscle rippling beneath her tawny coat, a masterpiece of evolutionary design. She pauses, lifting her head to taste the morning air. In that moment, we glimpse what has made lions the stuff of legend since time immemorial. This is not merely a large cat. This is the embodiment of primal power, of royal bearing. Yet what we witness today is but a shadow of the lion's former dominion. These magnificent predators once roamed from the southern tip of Africa to the Mediterranean, from Spain across to India. Now their kingdom has shrunk dramatically. Fewer than 20,000 wild lions remain, clinging to fragmented territories across sub-Saharan Africa, with just one isolated population persisting in India's Gir forest. Their story is one of astonishing adaptation, complex social structures, and increasingly of vulnerability in a rapidly changing world. Let us observe more closely the remarkable life of Africa's most celebrated carnivore. As the morning progresses, more lions emerge from the tall grass. A male approaches, and what a sight he presents. Standing 4 feet tall at the shoulder, his body stretches nearly 7 feet from nose to tail base. His weight, over 500 pounds of pure muscle and bone, gives him a commanding presence that few creatures dare to challenge. Most striking of all is his magnificent mane, dark, thick, and flowing around his massive head. This is no mere ornament. The mane serves multiple crucial functions. It protects his neck during the violent confrontations with rival males, and perhaps equally important, it serves as a visual signal of his testosterone levels, his fighting prowess, and his genetic fitness. Lionesses, observing from nearby, instinctively assess these visual cues. Research has revealed their preference for males with darker, fuller manes, an evolutionary selection mechanism favoring strength and resilience. Yet this impressive feature comes at a considerable cost. The darker the mane, the more heat it absorbs in the scorching African sun. A lion with a particularly luxuriant mane may overheat more quickly than his lighter maned competitors, nature's way of ensuring that only the strongest can bear the burden of such impressive ornamentation. The coloration of lions represents a masterclass in natural camouflage. That tawny coat, the color of dry grass, allows them to virtually disappear when crouched in the savanna's vegetation. Their white underbellies reflect light upward, disrupting their silhouette further. Were it not for the occasional twitch of a tail or the flick of an ear, they would be nearly impossible to detect until the moment they choose to reveal themselves. As the heat of the day begins to wane, the pride becomes more active. It is approaching the hunting hour. Lions are primarily crepuscular hunters, most active during dawn and dusk when the temperature is moderate and their prey may be more vulnerable. The strategy that unfolds before us demonstrates why lions are apex predators. Unlike solitary big cats, lions hunt cooperatively, a behavior that allows them to target prey much larger than themselves. The lionesses take the lead in hunting, their slightly smaller, more agile bodies perfectly suited to the task. Observe how they communicate. Not with vocalizations that would alert their quarry, but through subtle body language. A flick of the tail, a direct gaze, a slight movement of the ears. This is the silent language of coordinated predation. They begin to fan out across the landscape, each taking a position with calculated precision. Their bellies brush the ground as they move, using every contour of the terrain for concealment. One lioness will serve as the flusher, deliberately revealing herself to startle the prey in a predetermined direction. The others wait in ambush, muscles coiled like springs, ready for explosive action. When the moment arrives, it is dramatic and swift. The ambush lionesses erupt from their hiding places, accelerating to 30 miles per hour in seconds. Though they lack the sustained speed of cheetahs, their short-distance power is tremendous. A lioness doesn't need to outrun the herd, she merely needs to close distance with the nearest vulnerable individual. The takedown itself is brutal but efficient. Using her weight and momentum, she leaps onto her target, often a wildebeest or zebra, bringing it crashing to the ground. Death usually comes quickly as she clamps her jaws around the prey's muzzle or throat, cutting off oxygen. This method minimizes risk to the lioness, as struggling hooves and horns can inflict serious injury. Once prey is secured, the social hierarchy of the pride becomes starkly apparent. Despite contributing little to the hunt, the dominant males assert their feeding rights first, their size and strength giving them precedence. The lionesses who made the kill wait their turn, and the cubs must make do with what remains. This seemingly unfair arrangement actually ensures the survival of the pride's dominant males, the guardians against outside challengers, and the genetic future of the group. Hyenas often lurk at the periphery of these feeding scenes, waiting for an opportunity to steal a portion of the hard-won meal. The constant tension between these competitors shapes the behavior of both species in this ancient battleground. As twilight deepens across the savanna, our lion pride settles into the grass. Cubs tumble playfully around their mothers while the dominant male takes up his sentinel position on a nearby termite mound, his silhouette magnificent against the fading light. This scene, so timeless in appearance, exists in precarious balance. lion populations have declined by more than 40% in just 3 generations. Habitat fragmentation isolates populations, reducing genetic viability. Human-wildlife conflict results in retaliatory killings when lions prey on livestock. Trophy hunting, while complex in its conservation implications, removes prime breeding individuals from struggling populations. Conservation efforts offer glimmers of hope. Community-based initiatives that help local people benefit from lion protection rather than seeing them as threats. Wildlife corridors that connect isolated habitats. Improved livestock management techniques that reduce predation and subsequent retaliation. As night descends fully, the male lion rises to his feet, fills his lungs and releases that primordial roar, a sound that has echoed across African landscapes for hundreds of thousands of years. It is a sound that has inspired fear, reverence and awe in countless generations of humans who have shared the continent with these magnificent creatures. Whether future generations will hear this sound in the wild depends largely on the choices we make today. As the most powerful species on Earth, we have assumed the mantle of responsibility for the fate of all others. For the lion, that living symbol of wild Africa, our decisions in coming decades will determine whether they remain lords of the Savanna or become merely memories, legends from a wilder time. As the stars emerge in the African sky, the lions settle into slumber, unaware that their future rests not in their strength, their speed, or their hunting prowess, but in the hands of the one species they cannot overcome through natural means: our own.